Today's guest, Helen, grew up chasing perfection, a drive that pushed her through years of academic pressure, cultural expectations, and career changes. After studying art and fashion, she pivoted into international management and project work. But that relentless pursuit of excellence came at a cost. Burnout, exhaustion, and a slow realization that thriving isn't about doing more, but about doing better. Today, she's a project manager, writer, and someone who's redefined what success looks like for herself. Helen, welcome to Tumble Upward. Are you ready to dive into it?
Thank you. My pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So let's start from the beginning. So where do you think your perfectionism really began?
So before we dive into perfectionism, we need to understand what is burnout. So
Sure.
Burnout is actually when stress isn't managed properly and is leading to emotional and physical and mental overwhelm. And if we look at stress, like where the stress is coming from, the stress could come from work related factor or personal factor. And for me, it was due to my personal factor, which was the perfectionism, which led me to burnout. And actually, there is also a reason why I was a perfectionist. So I believe in something that our past is shaping our identity. And because I was isolated in my childhood, what that means is that my parents were really busy at work and they couldn't take care of me. So I was lacking of emotional support. So I was always trying to prove myself to get the best result, to get my parents to acknowledge me. Or maybe I was just thinking they didn't love me enough. And I wanted to prove myself that I could be, I'm worth for being loved. And that's actually led to the perfectionism, which eventually came across with me during work and in life and also in adulthood.
Has there been any part in your life where you found the perfectionism has led to like a bad situation?
Yes. Actually, so there is one situation that I was a perfectionist, but there is actually another reason why I was burning out besides the perfectionism. It was because of I was emotionally overwhelmed. And I can give a story about how this whole thing happened. It's like in 2022 and 2023, it's when the COVID hit. And it was actually my hardest time because COVID hit. I was in Germany, I had to come back to Hungary and start everything from scratch. So I had to start my whole journey from the beginning. I was in the fashion industry and I came back and I had to switch another industry. Yeah. So it was actually really hard. And there was a second reason is because there was a very serious illness, which hit my immediate family. And also the third reason, my dog, who was the only creature who had ever given me any emotional support, it has died. Yeah, and also there is another reason that I experienced betrayal from one of my best relative who we grew up with. So all of these reasons have actually led it to my emotional draining. Like, let's say when life is getting tough, people's first instinct isn't to make things better. What I meant by this is that they start to make excuse, they start to blame others, and they will get into a self-destruction. So it's like a circle, they start to punish themselves and they will get into the circle. So it's like they would never be able to get out of it if they don't have the right mindset. So I was also one of it that for me, I was drinking, partying, and staying up all night. So it was my way of self-destruction. And What is the consequence for it? It's like there is nothing good, So my health was completely destroyed. I neglected my family completely. There was actually one day I just realized that, okay, I have to take changes. I have to take actions to solve this whole situation, because I'm not just gonna sit there and wait for another people to solve my issues, because it's not gonna happen. And I believe in something that as adults we have the responsibility to take control of our actions and emotions. So that was the mindset I had, and I took action to solve the situation. As I'm a perfectionist, has also led me to a very, very deep burnout. Wasn't also a very nice result.
So the self-destructive behavior, how did you recognize that you were in that sort of cycle and you had to get out? Did you just wake up one day and you were like, I have to fix this? Or was that people, like external people, telling you about it?
Well, no, it wasn't just like one day to another, because it's a very long process. I know that it wasn't right that I was just drinking, partying, and staying up all night and destroying myself. I know it wasn't right, but I just had to collect myself together to have the right mindset. So it actually wasn't other people telling me, but I was just trying to research on the psychology side of it and just to understand my behavior, why is this happening and how to handle it. So I would say it was more about, first is self-awareness. It's like, first you have to be aware of your toxic behavior. And once you're aware of your toxic behavior, then you would do research about how to improve it.
Yeah. So would you say you got out of it on your own?
Yes, of course. So you don't wait for other people to fix it, because as adults, we are the ones responsible for our actions and emotions. So we are the one who make plans to make changes of our life.
Yeah, no one else can change it for you. Unfortunately, we're the only ones that can take the action, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, so with the burnout and then you were drinking, did you manage to stop drinking straight away, or was that like a slow process?
That was actually also a slow process. So during my university, I was also drinking, partying, staying up all night, but I wasn't just destroying myself. In the meantime, I was also studying really hard during the university time. But because of my perfectionist, I wanted to reach the best grade. So I was also very stressed, and I had to use a way to release de-stress. And for me, I chose the wrong method, which was drinking, partying. Yeah,
that was your outlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, completely. But I actually learned like a better way to manage my stress. So not with the toxic way, like drinking, partying. So right now I just, I travel and I spend time with my friends. Also, I spend time with my family. So that's a way for me to recharge myself.
So that's what you figured out as your new outlets.
Yes.
Yeah. So for advice for people listening, is there any strategies you can give them on how they can find their outlets that are going to be healthier?
So before we think about that, so you should first recognize that you are burning out. And I think it's totally fine to, in my opinion, I think it's fine to burn out. It's like our life is never just like going up like this. You should think of your life like a roller coaster. Like there are up and downs, and it's completely fine. And just think of it, roller coaster, when it's getting to the lower point, then it has a stronger force to get up higher. So if you know the physics, then when it gets down, then it has a stronger force to go up. So I would say from on my end, I'm still sometimes reaching burnout. And in my opinion, that's completely fine. I just know how to handle it and manage it. And you should also, I would say my advice for people is that first is be aware of it. Second is you should have the right mindset, which is you should enjoy the process, not just looking at the results. So you should enjoy that process when you're achieving something. So not just looking at the results. So that's how you prevent So that's how you prevent burning out from the perfectionism, and also setting achievable goals. Yeah, and also hobby is very important. Like prioritize your mental, prioritize your well-being, spend time with your friends, your family. I think these are very important. And let's say if you want to have a very fit body, then just go to the gym, because if you feel happy in your own skin, then you will also have a happier mental, and if you have a happier mental, then that means you will also have a higher productivity.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think hobbies are important to do something external to stuff that you're working on in your life that necessarily doesn't maybe have a purpose, but you just do it for the pure enjoyment of it. Do you have any other strategies to how you deal with burnout in the workforce now? Or does burnout look different in the workforce versus how it did in university for you?
Actually, yes. Actually, yes. So during the university, as I mentioned, that my way of handling burnout was partying, and during the workplace, actually, in the beginning when I started my work, I was also trying to achieve 100%. Yeah, and I remember my manager were telling me that, Helen, you should slow down. Yeah, so now I would say what is different to the time when I was handling in university is that in university it was a toxic way to let go of my stress. And now my way of letting go of my stress is travel, spend time with friends, and spend time with my family.
Yeah, and what are some good time management methods that you can share with us?
Okay, so I have actually a couple of tips I can provide. So first of all, have you ever heard of Eisenhower matrix? So it's
No.
like it's a way to manage your task. For example, it's a way how you can categorize your task into its urgency plus its importance. So it's like there is four category. The first category is urgent and important. Second category is urgent, not important. The third one is not urgent but important, and the fourth one is not urgent and not important. So that's how I categorize my tasks, and that's how I know which task to prioritize with. And second, there is also the 2 minutes rule. What I meant by the 2 minutes rule, it means that so when the task doesn't take more than 2 minutes, when it takes less than 2 minutes, then just do it immediately. Like don't postpone it, because if you postpone it, it's gonna pile up and you will have more. And if you see more, then you will have less motivation to start it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the small tasks, sort of just get them done straight away rather than add them
Yes.
to the list.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
That's my
definitely do the same.
second. That's my second strategy, how I handle the task. And there's the third one, which is the 5 minute morning routine. It means that every morning when I wake up, I just take 5 minutes to check what are my to-do lists. And that's how I prioritize what I should start with. I always finish my assignments like 1 month before the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like very much the same in the fact that if I get it done now, then I can relax.
Yes.
So, and then if I'm like procrastinating and I'm not doing it, I can't relax. So I very
Same.
much have to get it done a couple weeks early and then chill out. So that's when I struggled with group assignments because everyone's on their own timeline, right? So I've got my part done, but no one else has their part done. But then if they want to do it the night before it's due, then that stresses me out. But then I don't want to put pressure on them to get it done earlier on my timeline.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, that's also another struggle. So you also have to be adaptable because things are not always going as planned. And when it's like if it's individual work, then you can plan according to your time. But if it's like a group work, but you have to adapt to others. So adaptability is also key, that you set those deadlines, but let's say if others couldn't make it, then you have to be flexible to extend that deadline.
For sure. Do you find that you've had instances where, say, they haven't got a task done or whatnot, so you've gone in and done it for them?
We actually did that. I remember we did that. I did have one classmate who couldn't done it on time, and we did it for him. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that's completely fine, because
Yeah.
that's completely fine. For me, the result I want is to have the task done, but I don't really care who is doing whose part. So
Yeah.
for me, the result is just getting it done. But it's okay if I'm doing his part or he's doing my part because we are helping each other. So that's completely
Yeah.
fine.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, once in uni, we had a group assignment. It was a presentation. And we had done the slides for it to match with the script. So we'd done the slides, and then the script we had marked when you have to change the slides. So it all matched up with the script. We were sitting in the classroom waiting to do our speech. I think we were next in line out of everyone that was doing it. This was like on the day of the presentation. And one of our group members hadn't shown up yet. And we were thinking like, oh my gosh, are they even going to show up? We get a message from them saying, hey, I'm in the library just finalizing my script. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like we've already lined it all up with the PowerPoint, and now you're going in and finalizing the script like 10 minutes before we're about to present.
That's very awkward. But the good thing is, I think everyone is getting their individual grade, right? So it's not like a group grade. I mean,
it was for that assignment, actually.
Oh, then that's something which is quite awkward.
Do you have any other strategies in how you, I guess, in the workplace, keep your perfectionism in check? So you're doing tasks, but you're not spending too much time on them, trying to perfect them.
Oh yeah, this is also about adapting to others, because when it's an individual task, then you can keep your own timeline. But because, I'm working as a project manager, and project manager, the timelines are not only depending on me. It's like it's a coordination work with a team, and sometimes you have to push it. Yeah, so sometimes I'm actually quite stressed during workplace because, I have a very strong time sensitivity. And when I see that others, they're not getting it on time, then I'm a little bit frustrated. So I'm also learning some communication skills, to gently push it. Or let's say when I assign a task to my colleague, then I just tell them that I would like how much their effort will be helpful, and I also give them a deadline when they should finish it. And usually there isn't the issue with this. So when I give them a deadline, they usually give it by the very last minute. So yeah.
I do find in leadership, setting deadlines helps people to have something to work towards. Whereas if you just set a task and there's no deadline, I mean, I guess that's poor communication anyway. So you could check in 2 weeks on your timeline being like, is this done yet? And they haven't done it. But I guess maybe on their timeline, their deadline's different. So I think that's a good point, being clear on your communication with the deadline.
I also have to understand, this is also something I have to learn during workplace, that I have to understand everyone's priority is different. Right. Maybe my priority is the project, but they have other works they are hired for. And I have to understand it's my priority, but it's maybe not their priority.
Have you learnt any good leadership skills in your role currently that you can share?
Okay, let me think about it. So first of all, I think being a good leader is that you have to motivate the team properly. So what I meant by motivating the team is that so first of all, you should clarify what is the outcome you're looking for, so the team knows that where they should work towards to. Second, the motivation, like being energetic, that you should be, if you're the project manager, if you aren't energetic about the project, then what do you think? Is the team gotta be energetic about it? No. So you should be the one having the energy and being enthusiastic about the project, and that's how your team will be also enthusiastic about it. And always appreciate their work. So it's not like they just hand you the project and you're like, okay, thanks. But you should appreciate it. You should let them know how much value they had brought it by completing this task or handling it on time. And that's also a way how you motivate them. So it's like celebrating all the small wins. You know, that's also a way how you could keep them motivated.
Yeah. So motivation, appreciation, and then celebration.
Yes. I would say that's the key. Yeah. So I would say authority is also really important.
I guess you're both trying to work towards the same goal. It's not you against them. It's you and them together as a team.
Yes.
So I'd also think leading by example is an important one as well, because if you're not doing what you're telling them to do and they notice that, well, then why are they going to do it? And so on another note, you started writing and sharing reflections on emotional well-being and organizational behavior. What inspired you to start doing that? Was it your journey from what you've been through?
Yes, thank you for this amazing question. It's a very, very good question. So why I started writing articles is because I reached very deeply burnout. Like I reached like I was in a very deep point. And because I was in a very deep point, so I started to research about what can make things better. And I just like to write articles to share my insights, to help people to thrive without going over like the same problem which I was facing.
Yeah. Do you find that's your outlet as well?
Yes. So writing for me, it's also one of my biggest hobby, besides traveling. So writing, I'm expressing myself in the words, and it's also a way for me to release my stress and thoughts, because I have all my thoughts written in a in an article, and it's published, and I can see that I made an influence, that people are reading it, and I feel happy about it. So I feel good about it. It's like a recognition from others, and I'm happy about it.
Where can people find your articles?
So I share the free access link in a different website. I posted it in Facebook and also on Instagram.
Before I forget, also, do you have any wild travel stories?
Oh my god, there are too many. Depends on how much time we have. Wild stories.
Have you ever been to Australia?
No, I never been there, but I'm actually quite interested in it because I heard that there are a lot of animals. Is that true? I don't know.
Everyone always thinks that about Australia. Like we ride on kangaroos to school or whatnot.
Yeah.
But not really like in the cities. You don't really see too many animals. Like it's hard to see a koala. You don't see kangaroos unless you go further out from the city. And in terms of bugs, like we do get like spiders and snakes inside sometimes.
Yes, that's what I heard. Like the spiders are this big,
The huntsmans are like this big. It's pretty scary.
Oh my goodness.
But, yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, if you live in the city, just like anywhere else, it's like you get the occasional. But
so it's not like you're living with kangaroo, because that's the picture people are giving to us. Pictures. It's like you're dining with a kangaroo. Like kangaroos are everywhere. So
I think we have like a lot of the world's deadliest snakes and spiders.
Oh my goodness!
But I don't know. I feel like that's better than having bears and stuff. Like we don't have any like massive animals. Like they're just like small things.
I don't know. Is bear more dangerous than snake? I think.
Oh, I reckon
they're
so.
kind of. I don't know. Actually, like both of them sound scary to me. I wouldn't want to see this in my house. That's for sure. None of it.
Snakes are usually scary. They usually run away. It's only if you like aggravate them that they'll bite back at you. Whereas bears, I feel like if you see a bear,
come to you.
It's gonna come to you. Yeah.
I also heard about a crocodile that.
Have you heard how crocodiles kill people?
Biting them, isn't it? Eating.
So they call it like a death roll. So it's so scary. It's basically they'll grab you, they'll pull you into the water, and then they'll keep turning you round and round and round until you drown.
Oh my goodness. And
All right, I just have one more question for you. So how would you define thriving in your life today?
so on my in my opinion,
What does it look like?
so in my opinion, I have redefined what thriving is. So is it thriving or thriving? I don't know. I call it thriving.
I said thriving.
Yeah, I don't know which one is the correct version. So, on my end, I think thriving is working harder but not smart. Thriving on my end is working smarter but not harder. And you should prioritize your mental health, because when your mental health is happy, when your body is happy, then you will have a higher productivity. And also, you should find joy in the process in your work. So, not just chasing the result. So, it's like enjoy the process over just looking at the result, and find the joy in your work. Not like do it, not because you have to, because you like it.
Yeah.
And I would say also balancing relationship, balancing your mental health, your work life, your friends, like just like a balance of health and everything.
Yeah, I guess you have success in your professional life, but then you also have success in your personal life.
Yes. I believe in one thing, that it's possible to thrive emotionally and also professionally. So not just thriving professionally, but also emotionally.
Yeah, for sure. All right, before we finish, I always close with what I call the final upward questions. So 2 questions I ask every guest to leave us with a little wisdom and a little light. So I'll get straight into the first question. If you could go back and give yourself one sentence of advice at your lowest point, what would it be?
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not regretting that I reached burnout and I was in the lowest point, because without these experience, it won't shape the me who I am today. Like our past experience is shaping who we are today, and that's how you get stronger. And what I would tell myself is that everything will be okay. All the effort you're putting in will be worth for it. Like I had a very strong will that I wanted to achieve work-life balance, and that's why I was working hard. And actually I achieved it. So what I would tell myself is that all the effort I'm putting in, it will be worth for it. You will see the result if you're moving with intention.
Awesome. And then looking back on your journey now, is there anything you can smile or laugh about?
So the burning out part, that I was drinking, partying, I would say that's a part I would laugh at. So first of all, Asians, we don't have the enzyme to process the alcohol. So, Asians, yeah, so to be honest, I can't drink at all. I get drunk just from 1 or 2 sip of alcohol, like the beer, which is only 4% of alcohol,
It would be a cheap night out because you wouldn't have to buy many drinks.
Yes. So I'm very cheap in this case, that usually when I go out with friends, I don't need to start drinking in the beginning. Like when I see everybody is already kind of tipsy, then I just need to grab like a little mojito, I just take 2 sip and I will be on the same level as them. When we go to a bar and when they see me coming, they will know that I will end up super drunk going there for paying, Yeah, and they always laugh about it. So I'm not proud of it, but it's just funny during the university that we were doing these stupid things. Yeah.
I don't know what it is with like people and their cards, but we're all very guarded with our cards and our money in the beginning of the night. But as we get more drunk, we don't care. We're just like, I'll tap it. Like, here, take my card. Like, just swipe it. Like, all good. And then you have when you wake up in the morning, like, oh no, I don't want to check my bank account.
Yeah, that's true. So of course, on the next day I cry when I check my bank account. So I never check it.
Yeah. Well, that's the easy thing to get ahead of it. Just don't check it.
Yeah, the easy thing with the bank account is like, you feel it when you pay with cash. You can feel it. It hurts
Yeah.
more when you pay with
When you
cash.
give it over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with bank account, it's easier because it's virtual and you don't even know how much you pay. Sometimes they have it on the machine. You don't even look at it and you
You
just,
just touch it.
beep.
Just
Yeah, you
wait for
just
the
touch
beep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
so you
sure.
don't feel it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing your journey. Your story is such a powerful reminder that growth isn't just about achieving more, but also about understanding yourself better. So I definitely think there's some good wisdom and knowledge in there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to say if you or anyone you know has a story to share, please reach out so that I can keep bringing you stories from our community. Let's get as many voices heard as possible. And if you enjoyed this episode, please remember to like, subscribe, review, and follow. Thanks everyone!